went to go see this joint, and just based off one trailer, the premise seemed interesting. A24 always does really creepy fucking movies. And it looked like it was going to be really, really fucked up. And it was. It's a really uncomfortable movie. It's really uncomfortable. It's going to put this out there. I love the film. I actually really fucking enjoyed it. And it's almost one of those less is more movies because a majority of the film just takes place in one location. I mean, it's a really crazy location, but it was wild, and it solidified my newfound fear of Hugh Grant. Because Hugh Grant is a dude, like, smooth motherfucker. Like, he's been smooth his whole career, you know what I mean? Plays a good guy or, morally questionable guy. This motherfucker is, I don't even know what to fucking call him. Like, he's thrown the fuck off. But also really fucking smart. This is a hard movie to talk about without spoilers. So this portion is gonna be really, really fucking brief.
Don't leave.
She's like, no, get the fuck some out of here.
Don't leave.
I thought I was here for a long conversation. She's gonna abandon me while I'm preparing my magnum opus. All right. Anyway, it's wild, man. It raises questions, and as a religious person,
why the cats leave?
I guess they would creep the fuck out too. As a religious person, movies like this, they have these conversations, and you hear things from multiple perspectives. You hear like, stuff where people's like, they start questioning things, and you're like, damn. But just to put this out there, it's not a movie that just shits on religion unapologetically, because questions get raised, counterpoints get thrown back. It's one of them joints, and it follows these two girls, and it really like puts you inside of their world, what they deal with, and because it's difficult. I mean, they're getting ridiculed and all that. I mean, it's not an easy thing to do, and they got they script. They're really trying to do this. It starts with this really awkward conversation. They just talking about stuff. I'm not gonna spoil it, but you know what I mean. And it just like gives you a peek behind the curtain, and we follow them all the way to the house, and then that's when it's unsettling. But at the same time, Hugh Grant is one of those dudes where he never looks threatening right off the bat. So he's talking, and my dumbass would have believed him too. Cause like he just seems above board and nothing's wrong. And then when shit hits the fan, you're like, whoa, what? And they're especially like, what? They don't know how to get out of it. And it's one of those things where it's crazy. Like I said, there's not much I can say without spoiling it. So all I'm gonna say is, if you like A24 films, if you like good horror films, go watch this joint. I feel like this joint right here is what Long Legs tried to be. Not same premise, but it's just like as far as the creep factor and the payoff. Cause Long Legs was overhyped to me, and it didn't do it. Minus some creepy imagery, but it didn't really. I don't know. Not to harp on that, but this right here, I was invested from the beginning. I was listening to the conversations. It's a dialogue heavy movie. So as long as you're okay with that, what they're talking about and the counterpoints that they make, like Hugh Grant, he starts talking, you're like, damn. You know what I mean? He went into some shit that I didn't even fucking know. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't know that happened. I didn't know this person did that. You know what I mean? It's one of those, it's a lot of information, and all this shit is real. So like he's spitting, and they're listening to all this shit, and they get kind of thrown off because they didn't expect that, especially with the setup that he had. And it's a wild ride of a fucking movie.
You know what's crazy? You've known me longer than anybody. On any other day, this is not my type of movie. On any other day, this is not my type of movie because it is dialogue heavy. It's a slow burn, but I'm real in any review that we do. I'm always keeping it real. I'm just like you. I'm a straight shooter with the shit. I loved this movie because it bothered me.
Yeah,
I was uncomfortable. I didn't want to look left. I didn't want to look right. I was bothered by what he was saying.
Yeah,
it bothered me because he was intelligent. He knew what he was talking about, and that scares me more. And what really scared me was when the characters within this movie knew they were in trouble. When it started to kick in, the whole movie just got dark.
Yeah.
The tone, it got really, really dark. And like I said, I'm being honest when I say this. On any other day in my life, I hate these type of movies. But this movie was well done. It was well put together. They didn't overhype the movie. They didn't try to do too much. They did just enough to put you in a position where you ask yourself, what happens if this was me in this position?
Exactly.
What the fuck? And the way that he was talking, he was the most polite.
Yeah.
And he wasn't awkward. You know how some characters are like they are villains, but they come off nice, but you could tell something is off.
Yeah.
No, he was just a regular person
Just a
with
regular dude.
He had manners.
He ain't never stared like, I got you. You're here because of this. Like he was calm, collected the whole entire time.
That's what messed me up.
And I'm like, damn.
That's what messed me up because even when shit was getting dark, he still didn't change his tone.
Yeah.
He was still like, look, I'm not begging you to stay. Like he was so chilled. And I asked myself, what would I do if a killer with manners was to talk to me like that? Like, you got me locked in here, you still respecting me? What the fuck?
The best way I can describe this movie is you're on a roller coaster and it's slowly going up. You haven't dropped yet. It's slowly going up. And then you're like, okay, all right, I can't wait.
No, this is whitewater rafting.
And then you start sniffing. Is that lighter fluid? Is this gas? And then you find out the whole thing is engulfed in gasoline. Like, whoa, what's going on?
Main man from Cells from the Hood out the window.
And it's just going up, and we haven't even dropped yet. And then now you're full of lighter fluid, you're full of gasoline, and you hear sparks going off in the distance. Like, whoa, what's going on? And then eventually, randomly, you just get engulfed. Like, oh shit! It's like it's one of them joints. So it's a slow burn, but the burn ends up being Ghost Rider. Like your head's on fire, and you're like, oh shit! It's one of those kinds of movies. And that's the best kind of slow burn because there's payoff, and when shit hits the fan, it's all in your face, and you gotta go take a shower. It's crazy. Go see this shit. That's all I can really say. Go see it. Like, if you are intrigued by the trailer, just go watch it. Don't let anybody spoil this shit for you. Just go check it. If you like horror films, if you like A24 joints, if you like Hugh Grant, if you like movies in general, fuck it, just go see it. This shit is wild.
This is one of those films where once you place it on the internet and it's open for discussion, you're gonna have one section over here and one section over there.
Yeah.
And I am truly okay with that. But I must say, for me to be a personal lover of films that are high speed explosions,
Yeah.
for me to actually sit here and enjoy the film the way that I did, I think I speak for a lot of people like me tonight when I say I was actually okay with the slow burn because the slow rose was haunting.
Yeah, it really was.
It was constructed within a way where it's like, if someone like this exists in this world, what the fuck?
See, that's why you gotta walk everywhere with grenades, because you never know what the fuck is gonna happen. I'm like, fuck this. Like, like, hey,
let me out.
We ain't doing this today.
Hey, look. Whoa. Yup.
Like,
go through this door.
I'm throwing that bitch anyway. I don't care. Like, what you gonna do? Cause like, you know what I mean? This shit is crazy.
Take that teacup and shove it up your ass, nigga. See?
Damn.
Oh my gosh, yo.
It's fucked up the whole entire way through. Go see this shit. Now, with that being said, I can finally get into some spoilers. I'm gonna give you all the 3, 2, and the 1. I think movies like this they affect you more, and I don't know, I don't have any basis, but they might affect you more if you're religious. Because movies like this, they have this conversation, and you get both sides of it. You get how, and I'm friends with all kinds of people. I'm friends with atheists. I'm friends with Muslims. Like every single religion, and we used to have conversations before, haven't in a while, but I mean, you get both sides of the board. You get somebody who has studied all of these and sees the the commonality in it and starts comparing and contrasting. It's like, oh, they all derive from the same thing. It's blah blah blah. This and this. And he says it. He lays it out in this way of somebody who's not religious that wants to understand religion and you know the ins and outs and how, because like religion has done a lot of good, it's done a lot of bad, as with anything else. Like, you know, wars and all that. Like a lot of crazy shit has come from religion, so it gets a bad rap. It gets a bad rap, and there's a lot of bad actors that take that shit and spin their own narrative. So you know what I mean? It's one of those things, and as a religious person, you just got to deal with it. You know what I mean? Like the bad apples they're not indicative of the whole entire thing, but you know that's just something you got to deal with. But hearing how he was explaining his side of it and how he looked at every single religion, I'm like, damn, that shit is crazy. Like he invited them in. They had no idea what they were walking into. You know, he spun this lie, and all of that was calculated. Even the lie was calculated for him to say, like, you know, I said something, you believe it, and you think it's real. You know what I mean? He's trying to equate that to religion. And then what I really like is like this whole entire time he's spitting. I'm like, damn, and they going hard on this shit. But then, you know what I mean? When they're faced with the crazy shit, like she challenges him, and it's just like you're cherry picking. Like, what about this, and this? And like you see it affect him. He's like, huh, fuck. It's one of them things, because you know what I mean. There's another side of it too. It all depends on how you look at it. And I like the fact that she actually stood on business and challenged everything that he said, because like that kind of threw him off a little bit, because he just expected, like, oh God, oh no. When he's like, he laid out the points with the whole monopoly thing. I didn't even know that. Like, I didn't know some motherfucker from Philly stole that shit and rebranded it Monopoly and made millions while the originator, I think it was a landlord game. I never knew nothing about that shit. I'm like, damn, Philly ain't shit. Some motherfucker from Philadelphia took that shit and said, hey, Parker Brothers, try this out.
Once again, they go, that's Philly. Yep. Oh, that's your idea? Good shit. Mine.
I mean, that happens in all kinds of cases. But you know, even the whole shit with Radiohead and Lana Del Rey and them deriving songs off each other. Like I didn't know anything about that shit either. So he's like, all of that serves as examples for what he's trying to say. And he got two doors: belief and disbelief. They both lead to the same fucking thing, but you know what I mean? He's given the illusion of choice. They both lead to the same fucking fate, but it's like, choose. If they went through the disbelief, it'd have been the same fucking thing. Now, what I like about this movie, though, I'm jumping all over the place, but it is what it is movies like this spark conversation. Because there's some of this movie that's open to interpretation, and it can be interpreted many different ways. And that's dope. It doesn't feel like the lazy thing that some directors do, and they make anything like, oh, it's open to interpretation, because they ain't know what the fuck they was doing, and they just put whatever together. They're like, fuck it, I don't feel like doing anything else. It is what you think it is. No, this shit is so artistic and creative in the way that you could take certain things multiple fucking ways.
Yep.
And then you take conversations they had, even about the chick with the butterfly, and you see a butterfly at the end. You know what I mean? You see it's so many things that's like you said, carefully constructed. Like they knew what the fuck they were doing when they were making this shit. And there's so many twists and turns you don't expect. That they go down there and he's like, I'm gonna show you all a miracle. And this whole entire time, I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, so he killed this bitch. Like, got the poison pie, and it's like she's gonna revive. This stuff happens. Fucking Topher Grace comes to the door looking for him. That shit threw me off. I didn't know he was in this movie.
Topher Grace was. Yeah. I knew that was him from the start.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was in the fucking movie though.
So I mean, he's looking for them, and it seems like it's a distraction. And this is how, when they have time to try to get the matches, that's on the rug and stuff like that. So this chick fucking dies, and he's like, "Don't worry, she'll come back. She's gonna tell you what she saw. You're gonna see a miracle." So while they're doing that, they hear a noise downstairs, but they're trying to get these matches, so they don't think nothing of it. He fucking switched the bodies. You don't know that, and then they go down, and then she gets up and starts saying what she saw, and at the end says it's all a lie. Like it's not real. So once again, like you hear that shit and you don't know how to take it.
Right, because religion is your first question because she comes back and she says it's not real. So now I'm sitting here looking like, hold up, is she saying that what we think happens after? Boom, the movie gives you that, takes that away from you.
But like, there's so many twists and turns. Like when they came down, Chick noticed that she was laying different, and she's like, I think she moved, and then she gets up, but all this is in the back of her mind. That doesn't get revealed to you, but then he ends up coming down, and he's still doing a nice guy talk. He's a crazy motherfucker, but he's still speaking like he's so calm. He's not, you know what I mean? Even when he's mildly inconvenienced, like when Topher Grace came back, he's like, oh, okay, all right. And still was nice about it. That's a dangerous motherfucker. So he goes down there and gives the whole spiel. It's like so tell me what she said. And they're recounting all this, and they're posturing up because homegirl gave her friend the keyword, like what is it, magic underwear? Something like that.
Something like magic
underwear.
Oh yeah,
because that's what the dumbass motherfucker said before they pantsed her. So that was the go phrase. So they were posturing up, and like he's talking about magic and all that, and she's about to say it before she even says that shit. Out of nowhere, she gets her fucking throat cut, and you're like, yo, what the fuck? The twists and turns continue because you didn't see that shit coming at all. And you're like, yo, what the fuck? And he's so calm about the shit. He does this shit with a smile on his face. He never raises his voice or anything. I don't think he ever raises his voice in the movie one time. Like, he just got the calm demeanor the whole entire time. You just slice somebody's fucking throat. And he's just calm about it the whole time with a fucking straight razor. Meanwhile, the chick sees this. She's like, what the fuck? She's trying to get out of there. And he's like, no, don't worry. She'll come back. And he's saying all kinds of crazy shit. Like, no, she's not real. See, look at this. It's a microchip, whatever the fuck. So, like, he's saying this shit. I'm like, this nigga is thrown the fuck off. And my dumb ass was actually waiting for her to come back. Because I'm like,
yeah, I was waiting.
I'm on the other chick came back, so, But she was, like, just gurgling on her own blood. I'm like, this is dark as fuck. Like, that was really fucked up. That was super fucked up.
I actually had a hard time being face forward towards the screen with her. Like,
yeah, like it's so fucked up, and she, her whole thing is like, we gotta challenge him. Like that's her thing. Like, challenging him is gonna throw him off. We gotta challenge everything he says. Mm-hmm. She even before she got a throat slit, she challenged the whole prophet thing. She's like, yo. The reason why we don't talk about Taco Bell was boom, boom, boom. Like I was technically dead for a few minutes. You know what I mean? And the whole thing is like, that's what she was talking about. It's a near death experience. Like that's all you fucking did. And he like, you could tell he didn't like her because she was irking his soul because she was challenging everything that he said and she was throwing him off. And he fucking killed her.
I have a question. In the beginning, when they were on the couch talking to him and they were like sipping the tea or whatever, remember she was like having a scratchy throat and all that? She was making his face while he was talking. She like doing this.
What about it?
Like, what did he? Was she poisoned in a way?
No.
Okay, because something threw me off about that scene.
They never drank the soda.
They never drank the soda, but she was doing something. That's what made me think she did drink it, because when he was talking to the two girls when they were on the couch and they were facing each other, she kept making his facial expression as if she was having like a reaction.
No, I think it was just discomfort.
Just discomfort.
Yeah.
And he looked at, and that goes back to what you said about him never liking her. He was like, she's already on my shit. She was on his shit from the get-go. He was mad because she faked the cell phone call. I was like, damn, he's a menace.
Yeah, he was just doing the fucking most and killed her, and was like, don't worry, she'll come back. And then when she didn't come back, he's like, oh well, oops. I'm like, what the fuck? So this whole idea of challenging everything he says, Shorty picks up on that and starts challenging everything, and she has a Sherlock Holmes moment where she's deducing everything, and she's like, this, and this is like, no, you faked all of this shit because you switched the bodies. He's like, oh, if I switch the bodies, it must be somewhere else, another way to get in. Like, I don't know where it is. Like,
It's not here. It's not here. See,
where could it be? So she saw that shit immediately, went down there, and you see there's a whole bunch of girls right there that are most likely missionaries that have come over there over the years that he fucking gripped the fuck up and is torturing and either converting them into prophets or whatever. Like, it's so fucked up. And he keeps talking about the one true religion this whole entire time, and she says it's control because you've orchestrated all of this. I'm standing right where you wanted me to stand. Like, control is what you see as the one true religion, and that's what he sees religion as, control. Religion is a way to control people, and people have said that for so many years. Religion is control. Religion is control. I mean, that's one way to look at it, but you know what I mean? It's one of those things where if you haven't experienced it, then you might, frown your nose at it. Yeah, but religion ain't for everybody, and that's a whole nother conversation. We're not going to go into that, but some people see religion as control. He sees religion as control because he's like looked at all of them, see what they do, and how people are treated and ostracized or whatever like that, and
man,
and that's the conclusion he came to. So he didn't grip all these motherfuckers up, got them in fucking cages.
See me, I was raised in the church, so there were certain things that he said within the movie didn't make me question anything, but it scared me. Just watching the film, it scared me while watching. And he started making points here, and they're saying, hey, are you sure that what I said doesn't mean this? And if I didn't show you this, would you know to go here? It was the way he tried to take their beliefs from them while he while
making them question things.
Yeah, making them question things. So he was trying to mentally break them down as well as making them see where he was coming from. He was forcing them to understand, if you never found this out, you would have believed this the whole time.
Yeah.
The prophet situation, the girl that was poisoned, and the way he was saying, well, look, she came back to life.
Yeah.
He was basically saying that's what religion is. If you would have never found that under tunnel, you would have thought she came back to life.
Yeah.
So once again, I'll say this. I can't believe that this movie put me in this position, because this either means I am becoming more mature as the days go by, or this movie was actually good because it did what it was supposed to do. I never thought I would be somebody to like this type of movie, but it was so good because he was a real monster. He reminded me of Stanley Tucci in Lovely Bones. Monster. He was a monster, and I don't think he even realized how crazy he was. When you watch this movie, I don't think he considered himself crazy.
I mean, he probably knows he's a good actor, so this is probably like fun for him to play something like this, where you got like damn near two different personas, and you a super monster, but at the same time you're so intelligent and you're so like rock solid in your beliefs, and you know what I mean? Damn near writing theses on religions and all that. You that type of dude, and he's over there doing the most, and he's like orchestrating a way to make people doubt and all of that. And you know, he's having these conversations like if you weren't raised in a church, like would you still believe it? And stuff like that. And I mean he does raise a lot of good points, but that's just one way to look at it. But that's what he believes. This motherfucker get way too close, and she's playing the role. Like I saw it in her face, and I'm like, just let him get close. And she's over there doing the faker. Oh my god. Oh no. He's like, yeah. I'm the shit. You know what I mean? I know. Blah blah blah. Bop. Got him with the fucking with the joint right in the fucking neck. Completely underestimated her, because like at that time he thought he was in full control. It's like, yeah, I broke you. You know what I mean? On some Penguin in the Batman shit. I beat you, like that type shit. But then underestimated her. Boom, knife right in the fucking throat. She got the fuck out of there. And also one of my favorite shots of the movie, and this was so fucking creative. Like she's fucking running, and it's showing her in the maze that he built.
Yeah.
And the camera's panning out of it. And you see her running in this little fucking constructed wooden maze, and she comes out the door. I'm like, yo, that was fucking sick. I know, it's one of them joints where whoever thought of this movie was like, I got this idea for a shot. It's gonna be sick. We got to work it in some kind of way. and they made that shit happen. That shit was fucking crazy. It and you know, there's symbolism there too, but it from a visual standpoint, that shit was insane. So she gets the fuck out of there. She's looking for a way out, but you know what I mean, the house is super fucked up. So she's looking around and boom, he fucking stabs her right in the fucking stomach. At this time, he can barely even fucking talk, and he's dying. And this is the first time like that you kind of see fear in his face, because like he knows,
panic, yeah,
he knows it's up for him, and he's like, you know what I mean, he's crawling to her, and she's such a good person. It's like, you know what I mean, even if praying doesn't do anything, because she talks about the experiment, like even if praying doesn't do anything, like it's still a nice gesture, and it's still nice to think about other people and know that people think about other people. So she's like, I'll even pray for you. So it's like as he's dying, like she gives him some kind of comfort, and that just speaks to her character. So he's you know what I mean, he's there, and you know what I mean, he's about to fucking stab her in the fucking throat. So on some old we both gonna die type shit, and then her friend just shows up out of nowhere and brings this motherfucker the last little bit of strength on some angel shit. Like, just one final thing I'm gonna do and gets him the fuck out of here.
Cause she was gone.
Yeah, she was gone.
She was on that floor bleed, and she had the strength to actually come up and help her friend.
Yeah, and you could look at it like that's the miracle.
That's the miracle.
in this whole fucking joint, because that allows her to get out of there. Now, where I talk about conversation and different interpretations, the whole ending can be taken half a dozen different ways, because she gets out of there and you know what I mean, and sees the butterfly. So like, if I got a spitball, like there's multiple ways you could take this. You could take it as the butterfly was, because she had the conversation about the butterfly, you know, earlier. The conversation could be had that the butterfly is her friend that died. The butterfly could mean that, and I don't like this theory at all, but I know people are gonna come up with it, that she fucking died down there, and she's seen the butterfly, and that's why it disappeared, that she never made it out. But that it wouldn't make sense, because
She also saw that butterfly in the beginning of the movie.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, what if she died in that basement?
It wouldn't make sense, because like that means her afterlife is trying to find a way out of the house and looking at the maze and doing all that and then coming out the window. It's like, I guess that's too much. Like, so I mean, you could come up with that theory, but I don't think it holds any water. I don't think that doesn't make sense. Like, I choose to believe that a miracle happened and she was able to get out of there, and that butterfly was just kind of symbolism of that.
And
Whether it's her friend, or whether it's her like not believing anymore, her faith being broken.
that's what I got from it.
Yeah.
So that's the twist. Like you said, and I'm happy that you said it that way. You can take that probably in 12 different ways.
You could take it so many different ways.
So many ways. When the butterfly disappeared, is that her saying, I don't believe anymore?
Yeah.
Or is that the butterfly being an angel? You can't see angels, but it just made one appearance for her. But I saw that butterfly in the beginning of the movie. My thing is this. In the Christian faith, people say God works in mysterious ways.
Yeah.
So she was able to defeat a monster that was going to keep killing.
Mm-hmm.
She brought him down in a way where she had to go through pain, had to lose someone.
Had to go through hell.
But she saved lives down the line. So that's God working in his mysterious way. If we want to get deep into Christian.
Yeah.
You just put me back in the basement with her right now, though. Because who's to say she didn't die down there?
Nah, that you could come up with that theory though, but nah. I don't think that has any that doesn't hold any water.
And hold up, the butterfly that we saw in the beginning, remember it was posted up on that window. Is that the same window she escaped out of? Because she escaped out of some side window.
Yeah.
And that butterfly was on that same window. Was the butterfly saying the whole time, this is your way out?
It could be.
Oh, I'm good.
It could. I mean, I don't think it is though, because the window that she saw was outside the front door, and she got out like a side door or something like that, and had to run through the woods and everything. So she didn't escape out the front.
Yeah, my apologies.
It was a different window, but you know what I mean. it could be that butterfly could be symbolism of like she doesn't believe anymore because like she had the whole conversation about like even though she knows prayer doesn't do anything, it didn't in that experiment, but it still feels good to do it. You know what I mean? That the connection and thinking about other people and being selfless in that regard. So this traumatic experience could have made her not believe anymore. Like that's possible too. But like this movie can be taken so many different ways, and it was just unsettling the whole entire time. Like real conversations were being had, and they were intriguing. Like to hear things from different perspectives and somebody who has studied this and sees things through one lens. Like he's like kind of constructed his theory based on like what he's experienced and all of that, and to get challenged on it, and you know what I mean, it could be this whole thing could be a way of the movie saying we don't have all the answers, like we don't know.
We're not supposed to know.
You're like, I mean, like that's another interpretation of it. Like we don't know. Like it's not clear cut. It's not A and B. Like there's a lot of things we don't fucking know. You know what I mean? So there's that too.
Hey man, shit.
This shit was dope though.
Shit was dope, and I'm gonna just say it. I'm gonna just be a man, and I'm gonna say it. The movie really bothered me because it made me question a few things. And I'm not trying to say it to start controversy. I'm not trying to say it to go into religion. I'm gonna just say it from myself. This is a personal thing that I want to say. The movie put me in a mental position where certain things that he was saying had me sitting in my seat like,
I mean, but you're supposed to question stuff, right? Like, I mean,
as a human, hell yeah.
Like you just can't. There's some things like faith is involved with a lot of things, but like I think questioning things comes with growing up, comes with growth and maturity and all that. Like, you know what I mean? Some things you do question and think about. You know what I mean? There is such a thing as blind faith and just accepting everything that is said and everything and whatever like that. But I feel like it's healthy to question things. You know what I mean? I mean, we don't need an answer for every single fucking thing. That's not the way this shit works, because, you know what I mean? But questioning things, there's nothing wrong with that. Because that could either strengthen your faith or, you know, make you dip in another direction. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. Either way, for a movie to do that, like that's fucking dope. Like it was uncomfortable, it was intriguing, it was really fucked up. I knew there was gonna be some twists and turns, and those twists and turns were fucking nuts. One location, super fucked up. I'm carrying live grenades everywhere I go. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because
and I ain't knocking on nobody's door ever.
So soon as I go in and I find out the door doesn't open, click.
Mm-hmm.
What we doing? What we doing? Cause we both gonna be ghost riding this bitch. Like, you know what I mean?
Let me go set the timer back. Yeah.
Do that shit right now. Let me see it.
And you know what? Even after he lets me out, I'm still.
Yeah.
Yep.
Listen, fuck that,
fucking
man.
glass is gonna fly ahead of me.
This has fucked up my faith in humanity. It was already teetering on the edge, and I'm like, I don't trust nobody, man, because like Hugh Grant looks like the nicest person on planet Earth. If you can't trust this nigga, I can't trust nobody now.
Hey, welcome to my side. I've been trying to put you on the same railroad track as me.
Nah. You go to the extreme with the shit. You don't even trust the fucking cashier at the fucking fresh grocer.
Why the fuck should I? Ringing my shit up twice.
You bought 2 of them.
You ain't gotta ring it up though.
If you got 2 packs of Danimals, then they gonna ring it up twice.
I'm gonna eat it at one fucking time.
Oh, it's two of them.
No, it came attached. Don't ring it up twice. I don't give a fuck about no 2 separate barcodes. I don't trust nobody at fresh grocer. I don't trust cashiers. I don't trust self-checkout. I just walk right out now.
And cut.
That movie still got me questioning shit. That movie, and that is not my that movie is not my style of movie, but I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. Man, Hugh Grant. That was a performance where you really had to study acting to become that type of motherfucker.
Yeah, for real. Just to be calm and collected the whole entire time. Even when he got fucking stabbed in the neck, he's still calm.
And then as he's like you just see the beast within him
Yeah.
show itself, but he kept it in long enough to trap them. That's what scared me.
Mm-hmm.
He practiced that shit too much.
Yep.
That is crazy. That's probably that review right there was probably my favorite review to do because that movie was not my style.
Right.
And that's exactly why I love film. You never know what the fuck might surprise you and make you fall in love with it.
Exactly.
That is crazy. I'm looking like, damn, I'm not gonna like this shit. Then I start seeing he was really one of the most fucked up people ever.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, how you doing? How's your day going? You want some coffee? You want some pie? I'm gonna kill you. Whoa, Mr. Rogers, what happened?
Don't worry, you'll come back. I'm just gonna kill you though.
Yo, he digging through her arm and shit. Said, oh, that's a vein. You calm about that, nigga? What you how long you been doing this?